Hello there. I'm here to review The Shadow. That came out in 1994 and it stars Alec Baldwin, Penelope Ann Miller, Tim Curry, Ian McKellen, and Jonathan Winters. After Tim Burton's Batman, that pretty much brought back the superhero thing, a lot of studios were trying to get comic book characters to the big screen. You know, they're trying to get the oldies but goodies reinvented and shown to a new generation for people. Some did not fare so well. The Shadow, from what I hear, was no exception. Now, I liked this movie. I thought it was every bit as good as Batman. And I was hoping for more films on the Shadow's adventures. But that's not what we got. It probably became a bigger hit on VHS and on TV, but not in theaters. But looking at it now, I see where it could have been done better and where the flaws are. It's about Lamont Cranston, who's an evil warlord in Tibet. He is recruited by the Toku, a mysterious holy man with mind-manipulating powers, who wants Cranston to be a force for good. Cranston doesn't want to, but is pretty much forced into it. So 7 years later, he takes what he learns from the Toku on how to cloud men's minds and alter their perception. And he does that with the name The Shadow. Yeah, he fights crime. He becomes this mysterious figure criminals are afraid of. And he basically puts on the act as a billionaire playboy with nothing, with very little, with no time, with too much time on his hands, I mean. And he has an opponent coming in town known as Shiwan Khan, played by John Lone, the last descendant of Genghis Khan. And he wants to use his powers for evil. He wasn't quite redeemed as Cranston was. He's probably more powerful than him. How will Cranston defeat him? Well, you're going to have to see the movie to find out. I liked Alec Baldwin's performance as Cranston, really showing a tormented hero who's redeemed, but it shows in one scene he just can't forget the sins of the past. And I like this chemistry with Penelope Ann Miller as Margot Lane. She really has a Jean Harlow-like look for her. I mean, I like the idea she's not a real damsel in distress. There's even one scene she saves him. And I just think, I like the idea she becomes sort of part of his team. And I think that works well. Peter Boyle is good as Mo, the cab driver, who basically becomes his Shadow's chauffeur and all that. And John Lone really is good as Shiwan Khan. He just really embodies the character so perfectly. It's a shame he doesn't get much notoriety for his work because he was good. Tim Curry is good because as Farley Claiborne. Oh man, you know Tim Curry. He just Tim Curry's it up. Ian McKellen was pretty good, although his American accent just continues to slip. Jonathan Winters was alright. I just wish they could have had more for him to do. He's pretty entertaining for what he does do. I like the late 30s setting. It doesn't look too over the top like Tim Burton's Batman, and it doesn't look too cartoonish as 1990s Dick Tracy. It looks perfect. What makes The Shadow and Shiwan Khan interesting is that The Shadow looks at him as the man he almost was. And that's what makes it interesting. If he wasn't redeemed, he could have become Shiwan Khan. Okay, the movie is flawed. It didn't show much of the Shadow in action. When it does, it's pretty good. So I give The Shadow an 8 out of 10. Bye-bye.